Isn't that beautiful, guys? Isn't that beautiful? What was really beautiful was that speech the other night. Did you guys see that? Our great leader. I feel so, like together with everybody now after that speech. Don't you? Don't you guys feel warm and fuzzy? I don't know where it's heading, guys. I really don't. But did you see the two things behind him during that speech? Had the mask on, Miss Daisy and I are running all over the place now. We're going in restaurants. Our state in Florida, we don't have all that masky stuff. No mask, no. Go in a restaurant, just like in the old days, guys. Like a year or so ago. You remember those days? Yeah. You wave to your neighbors. You sit down and have breakfast. It's beautiful down here in sunny Florida, guys, and it is getting warm too. But those two things behind him, I don't know if you guys see this here. Yeah, I saw that behind them off the side, and I didn't really realize what it was. I didn't realize what that was behind them too. They just seemed evil to me, sitting back there. They just look evil. So the weatherman was talking about the pink moon the other night, right? He said, "Yeah, I want to see the pink moon. Get out there." So little Toto was sitting there. I grabbed up little Toto. I said, "Come on, Toto. Let's go look at the pink moon." So we went out. I don't know. It was about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Getting close to my bedtime. I usually shut the lights off around here about 9 o'clock, but anyway, we went out there, and I had a little Toto in my hand, so we went out, and I said, "Look, Toto, look." Showed him the moon, and all of a sudden he started growling. And he started barking crazy like, and he's shaking. He's shaking like a little, I thought he was going to poop a peach seed. He was shaking so hard. And then he started barking. I'm looking around, look up, and I hear this, "We're going to get you, Steve-O, my pretty." And I look, oh my, and here they are. It had to be them two that was behind him the other night there in the speech. It had to be. And they were riding brooms across that moon, guys. And they were laughing at Steve-O and his little Toto dog. Little Toto got so upset, guys, he peed all down the front of me. And he was freaking out. And I saw that, and I started freaking out. And I went in the house. I told Miss Daisy, I said, "Man, there's some spooky stuff flying across that moon, and I ain't going out the rest of the evening." Okay, so Toto and I had to go get a bath. Yeah, I didn't pee myself, but poor little Toto, and he slept under the bed all night. Normally he sleeps in the bed with me, but he slept under the bed, guys. He was that freaked out. Okay, oh boy. Anyway. I don't know how much longer we got to put up with these freaky witches, but anyway, let's get away from that. And I got to calm my blood pressure down. The only way I can do it is get back on the bee equipment. And I was thumbing through Randy Oliver's stuff. I was looking through some of Randy Oliver's material. This guy's quite a researcher. I guess he's a pollinator out there in California. He hits the almonds and I don't know what all, but I guess he's got quite a large operation. This guy, I'll tell you what, I'm quite impressed with all the research he does on varroa mites and stuff, and all the testing he does with different materials and whatnot. And I kind of liked what he's doing. And with a drone frame. He makes his own drone frames. Now, we got the green ones, you can buy at Man Lake. They're quite pricey. And I've got a bunch of these string frames up here. I've got 100 of the completed frames with plasticell, black plasticell. But all those down there, well, those up top there, those have got black plasticell, and all those are string frames. So I'm going to make up a special frame, Randy Oliver frame, and I'll show you how to do that. And we're going to get these. I want to put one in each hive. This is kind of a cool deal, I think. I think you'll like this. Okay guys, let's just pop out this plasticell here, like so. I've already cut one piece of this. I've sent my fence up here 2.5 inches off this blade here, okay? This is all gonna make sense to you in a minute. You're gonna think old Steve-O is really starting to lose it here, you know, with all, but it'll make sense to you here in a minute. Let's fire up the old Florida Cracker redneck table saw. If you live in sunny Florida and your redneck cracker, you have to make one of these because it won't take you long, maybe 20 minutes at the max, to throw together a redneck cracker, a table saw. You got to have it, you know. Don't go out and buy a high dollar end saw. If you do, buy at Harbor Freight. Don't buy from anybody else, okay? Or build it. If you're a real redneck, you build one of these, all right? Okay, you'll notice on plasticell it's got this step down thing here, all right? And that makes it easy to insert into this crack, like so. Okay, just like that. Observe. So I'm gonna have to modify this side to kind of match this side. I'm going to try to make 20 of these special frames. And here is your special frame. Okay, here it is. We're going to insert this. What this is, the top bar. I'm taking another bar, another frame, and I'm cutting it with a Sawzall. I have to cut this with a Sawzall because there's a staple shot this way. And if you bring the Sawzall in here, okay, and cut this way, not so good, because you want a tight fit here. I did that on the first one here. I did that here, and what happens, you get a little, this would actually work, but see, you get a little El Slopo. I don't want the El Slopo. All right, now here's what we're doing with these, before I get any further with this. This is actually a factory flawed frame here. Wow, that's crazy. That whole side split off. That's a Mann Lake factory flaw, because I did not do that. And I did not assemble it. So shame on you. Shame on you, Mann Lake, for charging me $3.40 for this piece of junk. But actually it isn't. We're going to make it work regardless. Okay, what is Steve-O doing here? What are you doing, Steve-O? Have you lost your flipping mind? Have you lost your mind? I don't think so. Here's the trick. I'm going to drop these in. This is all part of our Varroa mic control. You'll notice I stapled a piece of jute string on here, right? And I'm heating up my crock pot over here, and it's got beeswax in it. It's got beeswax in it, and I'm going to put a little beeswax on that jute string right there. Okay? The bees will come up, pick up on it, and draw this comb down here. But what are they going to draw down here? 99% of the time, they're going to draw down drone comb in this hole here, this big open hole. We're not putting any strings or nothing in here. Okay? Up here, they're going to put in probably a band of honey right up in here. If they put a little brood in there, I don't care. That's fine. Every month now, get this, every month we're coming back. Open that hive up. Have a bucket with you. Have a bucket. Set that thing up on your bucket. Take your hive tool and cut that whole friggin' mess out of there. You should have cap brood, started brood, everything. Drone brood. Let it drop in your bucket. And then we're going to put it in our... I'm getting 90-degree days down here, guys. 90-degree days. And this little thing right here works so slick. So slick. Look at that pure, pretty beeswax coming off down there on that drip, in that drip pan. I put a little water in there. I had a oven temperature thing sitting there, and it busted. It got so hot the springs went fooey on it. But you don't need it. Who cares? You know it's going to get well over. It's going to get bumping 200 degrees in this friggin' thing. I'm telling you right now. So you just pile up a bunch, and when you get a lot of slum gum, let it heat up. And when all your wax, you think you got your wax off and there's nothing but junk slum gum in there, let it heat up. Get in there with a putty knife and gouge it out. Very simple to throw together. But yeah, we'll just cut this out every month. And while you're in the field and you're cutting this out and dropping it into your bucket, just leave. Don't go tearing this string out. Just run your hive tool right here. Or take a fish fillet knife and run a fish fillet knife and leave a little feather of wax there. Drop that sucker right back in your hive. Drop her right back in your hive. Come back in a month. Harvest it again. What are you doing? You're getting her. You're knocking out that varroa mite cycle in there. One thing. They love getting in drone comb. It's cheap as heck, what you just built. It's a lot cheaper than them green frames. This here, you haven't hurt nothing. You can just leave that up in there as their feed. If they put a little brood in there, no biggie. But I'm going to guess they're going to load that with comb honey right in there. Yeah. So that's what old Steve-O's up to. When you cut these, sorry, I got wax on you. When you cut these, cut them like this. Take a Sawzall like this and put that blade right here. Now you're going to have a tight fit, see, inside of that frame when you take it out. And come over, flip it around. And cut it again right here. And that will fit in tight in there. Then you turn this upside down. You turn that groove, see, upside down. And put it there and just slide it in. Just slide it in and center it up. Make sure you're tight in there. See, you're going to end up with a 2-inch slice in there, a 2-inch reveal, because you cut this plastic 2.5, so there's about a 1/4 inch buried in these two slots. So you got this 2-inch reveal. This is pre-waxed too. I rolled wax on this. Yes, I did. See, oh, look at here, guys. My wax is starting to melt here. This is beautiful. This is beautiful right here, guys. See, I can just take now my brush and wax this string down. Don't need much. That's all you need. That's it. That's it. You don't need much. So yeah, this is a harvesting tool where we can harvest varroa mites on a regular basis. And I'm going to think 1 month in the hive. So just mark your calendar. Whatever, first of the month, go in and take a peekaboo in these things. If it's pretty much loaded up with brood and sealed, they like to load them with eggs just before they seal them up. The varroa mites like to come in and get in there and lay them eggs in there and expand inside them sealed up cells. So they're growing in there as the larva's growing, and they're sucking the life out of that larva and basically killing your hive. So here's just one more tool that we can use, you know, to fight this disgusting left-wing varroa mite problem. This is a left-wing problem, okay? And they give our bees, they cripple the wings. I think they cripple the left wing more than the right wing, okay? But they're crippling everything in the hive. So, yeah. Left is bad, right is good. Remember that, guys. All right, that's all for today, guys. God bless you. I still love you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.